Traveled here all the way from North Carolina. I did not pay her to be here. She's not here because I paid her to speak. We spoke. Her heart is as big and as pure as mine. And when I told her what was going on and how many people, especially in the color community, because I hope y'all know, I always say that I'm the voice of the colored girl. I love the colored and the uncolored, right? But she came here tonight to help y'all to understand why not only should you do this, but you must do this to keep more of your hard-earned money. She wrote a book, Less Taxing, More Relaxing, and not only can you get this book tonight, because we have some books here, right? You can get this book tonight. What I'm gonna do for the first 10 people that get in the business, I'm gonna personally buy a book and I'm gonna give it to you. But I gotta see your paperwork. And matter of fact, the first 15 people, I got 15 applications in my hand. The first 15 people that make a decision that you are going to break the generational curse of your life, I want to buy a book with my money to sow a seed into you. All right? So y'all give it up to my platinum sister, my sister from another mister. All the way from North Carolina. Y'all give it up for Courtney Epps.
Hey guys, so just a little bit about me. I am actually from Greenville, South Carolina. Stormy wants me to live in North Carolina for some reason. I love her. So me and Stormy actually met on a bobsled in February. And I'll have to tell you that I had to push her to get on that bobsled with me because she did not want to do it. And I couldn't even tell that she was a black girl because she literally had, like, head to toe, she had a full body armor on. I mean, all I could see was her lips. And it was insane. So I'm super excited to be here with you tonight. And I want to tell you, I'm not in this company. I'm not here to sign you up in this. I've actually been an accountant for the last 18 years of my life. I have 6 children. They are 17, 16, 15, 14, 12, and 6. And yeah. Luckily, I'm married. My husband is a stay-at-home dad. It's truly amazing. We homeschool all of our kids. And I have been an entrepreneur since I was 20 years old. So I have, yeah, it's a long time. And so what I'm going to share with you tonight is something I did not learn in college. I went to college for 5 years. I graduated at 20 years old with a 5-year accounting degree. And see, they don't teach you in college how to free up money. They don't teach us as accountants how to teach tax strategy to people. I literally learned that the network marketing industry was a scam when I was in college. And that, has anybody else in here learned that you can't write off something for more than 3 out of 5 years, you can't write off a loss? And you have to actually make money in order to actually start writing off expenses? Well, all of that is BS. And I will tell you, it works for Ford Motor Company the exact same way it works for you guys. Walmart pays 0.12% in taxes every year, and the average person sitting in this room pays almost 40% in taxes. And that's in America across the board. And see, here's the thing. I'm a fractional CFO for 15 different companies from $500,000 a year to $13 million a year in sales. And I do about 450 corporate tax returns every single year. Wow. And so last August, I'll just kind of tell you my story and why I'm standing here. I got involved in the network marketing industry. It completely and utterly changed my life. I'm not in it anymore, and the reason why is because an accountant teaching network marketing strategy, it makes me more acceptable. You listen to me when I don't benefit from you. And sadly, people did not listen to me when I was in the network marketing industry, but the network marketing industry completely and utterly changed my life. It allowed me to get involved in personal development, and that's where I found Tony Robbins. And in the last 5 years of being involved in network marketing, my accounting practice has grown 40 times. And thank you. And I'll tell you, it started off at $9,900 because I'd lost a business. I sold a business about 8 years ago. I was short in cash flow. I had about 3,500 clients. I owned an insurance agency and an accounting firm. And I loved it, but my cash flow was short and I was going through a custody battle. So I put the business up for sale stupidly, and I was 29 years old, and I made that decision, and the guy after 4 months quit paying me, and I lost everything that I owned. And I lost my house, I lost my cars, I lost my husband, like, it was done. And so I was in a really bad place. And what network marketing did for me is it allowed me access to another group of people. Because see, I had a 5-year non-compete with this guy, and even though it wouldn't have held up in court, every time I tried to get a job, he would threaten to sue the owner of the company. And in the state of South Carolina, you have to have an attorney if somebody tries to sue your corporation. So I was unemployable, I had $9,000 a month in debt, and I had 6 children that I needed to provide for. And so I started over. I tried to file bankruptcy, and guess what? Do you know that in this country, you can actually not afford to file bankruptcy? I had to voluntarily withdraw my Chapter 11 bankruptcy because I wanted to pay my creditors back, but I couldn't afford to pay them back because I couldn't guarantee that I could make at least $1,400 a month. That was 8 years ago. My life completely changed. My parents actually paid for me to join my first network marketing company, and in that company I grew. I met people. They started referring people to me. It started changing my life, and what happened is I ended up doing a tax return for someone in the group, and I saved that person $4,100 more than they'd ever gotten back on their taxes before. Because see, I wasn't used to doing W-2 employees. I was used to doing corporations, so we were already writing off all these business expenses. So the first time I did a W-2 employee who was a W-2 employee last year, and now they have a W-2 employee with a home-based business, I saved them $4,100, and I didn't get it right away. See, I went to the event, I did it wrong in the beginning. I screwed up, I told all my friends, and at the time it was actually a travel company, and I told them, we're going to Hawaii for $500, and they thought I was crazy. So, I didn't do real well. So I got really upset. I stopped talking about it, but somebody asked me to do this tax return, and I did it. I saved up money, and I actually went to the event only to get more clients. And I said, these suckers in the room, they have no clue what they're doing. They're not gonna make any money, but I can go and I can teach them how I can save them money in taxes, and I can get tax benefits. So people in this room, if you're trying to build your other business, this is a good way to do it. Because if you have a great product or a great service that you're providing, like doing hair or doing nails or whatever you're doing, you can grow your business through network marketing if you treat people right. And so that completely changed my life, and it gave me some credibility in the network marketing industry. And so, I was plugging along. Last year I actually was doing about $20,000 a month in CFO work, and I didn't want any more clients. Like, I was good with the clients that I had. And I heard some statistics, and it really hit me, and I'm going to actually write them down for you so you can see it. So the average W-2 employee, actually average household in America, and I want to turn this so everybody can see it. Can everybody see it? Mm-hmm. Everybody good? Okay. So the average household in America, W-2 employees make $60,000 a year. That's average, actually a little bit less than that. They pay, this is gross income, they pay $14,000 in taxes. That means their take home is $46,000, and the cost of living in America on average is $53,000. That means that the average W-2 employee, the average household in America, is going in debt, working 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year to take vacation 2 weeks out of the year. And that's because in this country, why we have so much student loan debt and credit card debt. And so I heard those statistics by Grant Cardone. I was on my way to Tampa, Florida, and it stopped me in my tracks. And I said, I'm the only accountant that can stand up and speak to people and be able to share, because I knew I could fix this problem. I knew because of the network marketing industry, I knew that I could save people $4,000 to $8,000 a year just by getting involved in the network marketing company. And I had to stop. I had to pull over. I actually pulled up the statistics to see if they were correct. Because although I knew some of these statistics, I had never put them together before. And I never realized how many lives I could possibly change by sharing just these statistics with people and getting them involved in a home-based business. So I don't care what home-based business you get into. I speak for a lot of different network marketing companies. I just spoke for the Association of Network Marketing Professionals. I just think you need to get involved in a home-based business. And I think that the network marketing industry is the best way to do that. And the reason why is because it's low cost to get in. See, I had to go through 5 years worth of accounting experience, and then I had to go work for someone for them to teach me how to know how to do tax returns. I didn't learn that in college. So I spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money involved in companies. And I've started a lot of companies, and a lot of them have failed, and a lot of them have succeeded. And see, the thing is for me, is that I want to help everybody make an extra $48,000 a year. That's savings. See, I don't care what you do, but you just need to share what you're doing. So if I go to, I'm gonna use you. So what's your name? Lexi. Okay, so Lexi, you're my friend, right? And I'm gonna pick up the phone, I'm gonna call you and say, Lexi, I've got something I want to share with you, okay? And I don't really care if you join me, but it's gonna save me money on my taxes. So I just want to sit down. We're gonna have lunch, girl, anyway. So let's sit down. I'm gonna share with you what I'm doing. Is that cool with you? Awesome. So I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna drive. And I'm just say it was 20 miles. I'm gonna write off 58 cents a mile because I'm driving my car. Or I'm gonna depreciate my car and all the actual expenses that go along with it. Now when I sit down with Lexi and I talk to her and I say, Lexi, you know, and I share with her everything I'm doing, I get to write off 50% of my meal. Then, whether Lexi tells me I'm going to hell or jail, I don't really care. Because it doesn't matter to me. Because Lexi doesn't know what I know. See, I'm going to get back in my car, and I'm going to drive back to my house, and I'm going to write off 58 cents a mile. And when I get to my house, I get to write off business use in my home, so I get to write off a portion of my utilities, my house payment, my interest on my house. I get to write off a portion of my furniture in my house. I get to write off a portion of my insurance. I get to write off a portion of my taxes. And you may say, oh, I get to write those things off anyway. Yeah. So you may say, oh, I get to write those things off anyway. 96% of Americans do not get to write off anything involving itemized deductions. See, I'm not talking about itemized deductions. I'm talking about business expenses, okay? So I get to write off 100% of my swimming pool that I just paid $46,000 cash money for last year, okay? So, and the reason why it's a fringe benefit, and I have employees who work for me. See, my husband is my employee. His children are my children are his dependents, right? So because I allowed them to swim in my swimming pool, and I hired my husband and my children, they get to swim in my swimming pool, and I get to write it off 100% on my taxes. Okay? Is that is straight up tax code. Like what I'm sharing with you, you can provide a swimming pool, a gymnasium, a tennis court, and you can provide a golf course to your employees if it's on your property. So I could go get a brick and mortar location, but why would I do that? That's right. I have my 3 employees who work for me, and then I get to write 40% of all of my expenses in my house. And guess what, Lexi? Because I called you on my cell phone, I'm writing off my cell phone. I'm gonna write off my internet, okay? And because I'm a distributor, and I mean this is not the product. I don't sell this product, but because I'm a distributor and I'm showing you this product, I get to write off my product because I got to brand myself. I got to use it in order to tell you about it, right? Exactly. Then I'm gonna write my samples because I'm gonna share it with you, and then you're gonna go share it with some more people. Then guess what? I get to hire my kids. I pay my kids. They make $12,000 a year. Times 6, that is $72,000. What that means is it saves me almost $30,000 in taxes that I don't have to pay. This year, I'm gonna buy a Tesla Model X.
I know about that Tesla.
That is a $106,000 car.
Yes, it is.
And because I buy that Tesla Model X, it'll save me $66,000 in taxes. Because I'm a platinum partner with Tony Robbins, and I get to go on vacation with him 3 times a year. I get to meet the most amazing people in the world. I'm the top in the top 1%, and that's who I'm looking for, is the top 1% to be their accountant, right? And to help their entire downline, because I want to change the world, and not just helping the top. That money is $85,000 just to be a platinum partner. and it's about $40,000 in travel, so it's $120,000. That will save me $66,000, okay? What I'm telling you is you can have anything in the world that you want to have. If you just start a home-based business and you just share it with people. Because I talked to Lexi and I shared with Lexi what I was doing. I don't care if Lexi gets started. I am benefiting Lexi. I'm blessing Lexi. I'm trying to help Lexi save money off of her taxes and possibly change her life. See, the thing is that $4,000 to $8,000 a year is not $4,000 to $8,000 a year, because that is bring home money. You need to make at least $8,000 to $13,000 a year in order to bring home $4,000 to $8,000 a year in tax savings. So what does that mean to you? You got to make an extra $4 to $6.50 per hour for the 2,000 hours you work every single year. Last time I checked, I'm not giving out raises like that to my employees, and they make me a lot of money. So you're probably not getting them either. And at the end of the day, you got to pay taxes. That's right. See, I understand one thing, and one thing only. As a W-2 employee, and I'm not knocking them, I'm telling you, it's just a bad system. See, employers were created to create jobs. They create economy. So me as a business owner, I get benefits that you don't get as a W-2 employee because somebody has to pay taxes. So the business owner gets massive tax deductions. They don't pay as much in taxes. They hire employees and the employees pay the taxes. So you get to make your money as a W-2 employee and you don't even get a say-so in who gets the taxes and how much goes away. And it's on average, tell me, it's 40%. Because you got FICA taxes at 7.65%. You've got state taxes, typically 7%, and in Texas you don't have any, I get it. But you pay on average of 25% in federal taxes, and then you gotta pay state, you gotta pay sales tax, you gotta pay property taxes, you gotta pay real estate taxes, so all of that adds up to at least 40 to 50% of every dollar that you make. So you, as a W-2 employee, you make your money, you have taxes taken out, you buy some of your needs, or maybe all of your needs and some of your wants. Whereas as a business owner, I get to make my money. I get to buy my needs and my wants because I know how to structure it properly. And then after that, I get to pay taxes. And luckily, I haven't had to pay any taxes in the last 18 years.
Oh, wow. What's that?
So, I know I work it. But the thing is, it's all tax code, guys. I'm not telling you anything that it's not loopholes. It is straight tax code. You just haven't learned it. And Walmart has learned it. They have hired tax attorneys and CPAs and tax strategists to do nothing but teach them how to make money and save money every single day. So that book that I have, I'll share with you guys, is $14.99. It's called More Relaxing, Less Taxing, is why you would be brain dead not knowing a business. And the reason is that you just get more tax deductions. You just get more benefits. You can change the world. Your medical bills become 100% tax deductible. There's certain ways around that. Your medical insurance, you can write off your travel. See, that's the best part. My son right over there, he works for me. He's my employee. But I get to take him with me on all of this personal development. He has met the most amazing people. His life has been completely changed. But the greatest part is because he is my employee and he works for me, I get to write off all of his vacation too. So we get to go, we spent 2 days this week in Vegas. I flew in from Vegas at 6 o'clock yesterday morning to be here. But he's already been to a Tony Robbins event. He's already been to network marketing companies. He fell in love with Stormy and Mercy, and I think him and Mercy may get married later on. I'm telling you. So anyway, that's what's so great, because I can take my family along with me to continuing education events and personal development events and events like this right here, so you can actually go see people and meet people, and you can change their life when you're changing yours. And they get to see you working. And see, my 6 children, they see me every day. Unless I'm at a Tony Robbins event, and when I walk back through the door, I'm a better mother and a better wife than what they saw me when I came with them. So I'm gonna end with this, because I think you guys got a lot of information tonight, And, I don't financially benefit from what you're doing. And that I wanted to keep it that way because I want you to continue to listen to me. So I've created content to share with the network marketing community because I love the nutrition industry. That's one of my favorite industries. And the reason why is because the products in the nutrition industry, you need them, right? They're consumable, you gotta take them. So, keep taking them and sharing that with people and promoting it. So spend 3 to 5 hours, 45 minutes at a time, 3 to 5 days a week. If you just do that, that means to the IRS you're attempting to earn income. So just share what you're doing with your friends and family. Or go share it online. I don't care what you do. But just share it. Because it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter if they join you or not. The only thing that matters is you're guaranteed massive tax deductions to attempt to earn an income. And at the end of the day, you're going to win. And you're going to win long enough to stay in. Because the thing I know, if you stay in long enough and you stay around Stormy and you stay around the top income earners, power of proximity will get you there. See, I was one of those people with the payment plan for Tony Robbins. Last year I joined, I didn't have an extra $500 to my name. And it's $15,000 down and it's $500 a month. But I knew that I needed to join. When I got in my first network marketing company, I did not have any money. My parents paid for me to join. I put 900 people in that company in 2 years. The next network marketing company had major issues with that company. I left and went to another company. And that company, I had $428 in my bank account, and it was $421 to get started. I had my 6 children. We were 8 hours away from home with the upline, and I told her on her couch, I cried. And I said, if I don't make $5,000 this month, I'm not going to make it. We're going to be homeless. And my husband did not work, and I love it that way because he does the things that I probably should be doing maybe as a mom, and he's amazing. But we had $7 left, and I had $30 cash. How many of y'all would have signed up if it was a Sunday night and you knew you were not getting a paycheck next week? That was all the money we had. And we joined that company, and in a month we made $4,100, and then 4 months later we were making $7,000 a month. And I got sick, and the product stopped working, or I thought the product stopped working, and I stopped working. And I made that decision that I was going to do accounting. And I love the accounting industry, and the reason why is because I have a superpower. I have a superpower that most of y'all don't have in this room, and I can free up money so that you guys can find people and help them get started in changing their life. Increasing their W-4 exemptions by 2 will literally in a month give them the money that they need to get started. See, I know 46% of everybody you sit down with doesn't have an extra $400 to their name. And why that's a big deal is because that's where I was. But network marketing changed my life. It literally did. And so I will continue every day of my life to share with people why it is such a huge deal to be in the network marketing industry. And then the next step is the personal growth and development. Go to the events, share what you're doing, and go to the events and bring people with you that see, so they can see the vision, so they can meet Stormy, so they can get around this amazing energy and watch them change. Because it will be life-changing for you, but it'll also be life-changing for them. And we just got to teach the world how to free up money so they can have a better life, so they can go work for themselves and not work for somebody else. So I appreciate your time, and I hope I share with you, whatever you got from this. I just want you to understand there may not be a guarantee for money if you're not willing to open your mouth, but if you just open your mouth, the guarantee for taxes is there, and it's not how much money you're spending. So you spend $100 on that product or $150, whatever it is to get started, and you literally have about $25,000 a year in tax deductions right off the bat. Because it's not taking what you're spending on the product. That's just not tax deductible. It's your meals and mileage and cell phone and travel and vacations, and all of those things become tax deductible, business use of your home. So you're not spending $25,000. You're literally taking your living expenses over here and you're redirecting them, and they become business expenses the minute you decide to join. okay? And the minute you decide to start sharing, you get more and more and more tax deductions. So it doesn't matter if we're going to hell or jail, we're saving money along the way, right? Exactly. So I appreciate your time. I got a book over here. It's $14.99.